Yeah, well, I think the simplest way I can describe it is whatever problem you're trying to solve, the way that you have organized your resources today is yielding that problem. There's a quote that I love from Paul Batalden that says, "Every system is perfectly designed to get the results it gets."
Mm-hmm.
So just sit with that for a second. That
I know,
means that,
it's
like,
so good.
yeah,
Oh my god, it kind of melts your brain when you think about it.
I know. I mean, ever since I heard that, it has just been in RAM in my brain ever since. But it's just brilliant because it says that, an object in motion stays in motion. Like if you don't change the way you're using resources, you cannot expect the outcomes to change.
Right.
And so often we approach change as if it's an and, like we're gonna do all the things we're doing, and we're gonna get more customer centric, or we're gonna be more inclusive or whatever. And so the argument I'm making in the book is it's better, it's smarter to think of change as an instead of an and.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning there has to be some tangible sense of we're taking resources and shifting them in a way that gets us closer to those leverage points we talked about. So that's the notion of restacking resources.
Yeah.
And the painful part about leverage points is where are you going to find these things? Because if it were easy, you would have already found them.
Yeah.
And then the painful thing about restacking resources is people do not like trade-offs.
Right.
There's probably nobody on your team that thinks, well, everything I'm doing is worthless, so you can harvest my time for your change effort.
Right.
So where do you get the resources when there's not just an infinite supply of labor or money that's going to come swooping in to support you?
It's that powerful and brutal question, which is, if I'm going to say yes to this, what do I need to say no to?